bedroom. This view has been going on for quite some time, and actually the man cub and I promised that this weekend we were going to order the doors for the wardrobe. So we had left it because he was going to make the doors, but actually one of our neighbours mentioned to us a few days ago that they had done the same, used IKEA carcasses in the same space, and they had managed to find the right door combination to cover the front, because we didn't originally buy the doors because it did so many doors and then a piece of mirror. We just didn't want a piece of mirror in our wardrobe. It's just that bit weird. So we had another look, and lo and behold, there's doors on there in white, which we won't keep, but we can just paint any colour we want. So I feel like that is a good solution. So I think after I've spoken to you, I'm going to go down and quickly remind him, because it's 3 o'clock. Baby Henry is sleeping. My parents came over today, my mum and my stepdad, and I baked the loveliest tart, as you will see here. Voila, it was gorgeous. It's courgette with lemon, ricotta, garlic, olive oil. It's just so tasty and fresh and light. It's a lovely lunch idea. So we ate that and I felt like an accomplished baker. Then we tucked in this gorgeous cake that my neighbour brought round last night for us. She is an accomplished baker. It's chocolate and Nutella, I think. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. The loveliest. So I think we will probably try and order some nice stuff for her around December-ish time, maybe November, when it's Henry's birthday or my birthday. We have so many events in winter, or like occasions, because it's the man cub's birthday and Henry's, mine and Christmas and our wedding anniversary. So if winter isn't the best season of our lives, then I don't know what is. So watch this space. I'm settling very nicely into unofficial autumn, because it's not officially autumn, I think, until the 20th of September. But this is fine. For me, it's autumn now. And actually, my wardrobe is autumn all year round, because it's all beige or brown. So but you could say I've been celebrating autumn for months. So what was I going to tell you? Right, well, I found some new slippers, so I'm going to order those and see if they come in time to show you on this vlog. I had saved them, so let's see if they're still open. I was umming and ahhing, here they are. And then I was like, Paula, just get the bloody slippers. You only live once. These are the slippers. Just cute little furry slider winter cozies. I like having my toes out even though it's winter. So yeah, the fur on them, going to be epic. Must remember not to wear them into the back garden and ruin them rapidly. I will link them in the description box for you. I need to find an outfit, because tonight is date night and we haven't been out for a dinner on our own for I can't remember how long. We definitely went out a couple of months ago with baby Henry for a meal, which was gorgeous and he was good as gold, but it would be very nice to go out just the two of us. So we've had this planned for weeks. We have a babysitter coming and we're going to Uppingham for a meal, which in itself is bloody exciting because I love Uppingham. And we're going to try a new restaurant there called Fern that I've wanted to go to for ages, so it should be absolutely lovely. 2 hours till the babysitter comes, so basically 2 hours to get ready, find an outfit. Of all the things I've got, you'd think I'd be like, oh perfect, I found the occasion to wear X item. No, I'm thinking like, I've got nothing to wear at all and I want to look pretty. It's not just I've got nothing to wear, but I want to look pretty. I could have worn my new straight leg jeans because they're a nice fit, but I think they're in the wash. Everything's in the bloody wash. Actually, my parents were here quite a long time, so I haven't really done anything else today but this. However, the cleaner did come on Thursday, so the house was already clean, so it wasn't too much faff or anything. So at least that was helpful. So really, I've got nothing to complain about. So I'd better go and find something to wear, as much as I'd love to spend my afternoon here with you. The only other thing I've been doing is reading my home magazine that I got last week, and absolutely it gives me like 1,000 ideas a minute. Currently I am obsessed with trying to get considering sorting out my bathroom and getting a wooden vanity. I looked this one up as soon as I found it, and they only, I was like, great, because I can't find any nice suppliers that do a good quality wooden vanity. Only MDF or they're £1,500, and I only want to buy that for our final house bathroom, not for this one, and then move on one day. So I was excited when I saw this, and I went to have a look on the website because I hadn't heard of them. Bathrooms and More store, but they only do it with the sink on top, and that isn't my style. I like the inset sink. I just have this fear of having a bowl sink that when I'm washing it will all go out everywhere and the wood will be ruined. So yeah, so I parked that, didn't think it was suitable, but I have struggled very much to find a decent looking vanity unit that's in the budget that I'm willing to pay. So I don't know, I might need to go back to it. But I've very much enjoyed reading Ideal Homes. It's quite different to period homes, of course. It's all different size houses, which is helpful, because when I do look at period homes, although I love it and all the characterful nature of other people's gaffs, everybody lives in a really fancy massive gaff, and I want to enjoy it and not be reminded every time of, bollocks, I don't live in a cottage anymore, or bollocks, I don't live in the middle of the countryside with surrounded by fields with a Victorian walled garden and all the other shite. Anyway, so basically bollocks, I can't read that for now. It's not for now. And also it talks about lovely flower picking and picnics and all these peaceful, wonderful activities, and they aren't my current activities because I have a toddler, so I'm just having to adjust slightly. So it's Ideal Home for now. It was probably at least a quid cheaper as well. Right, imagine dreading having to pick an outfit when you've looked forward to going out. I'll go straight for the beige wardrobe because that is where I tend to keep my nicest clothes, so I would assume that I'm going to find something from here, but I'm not really confident because this ends up being mostly like my work wardrobe. I kind of feel like it's quite warm today. I went out for a walk with my mum, which was lovely, and the sun was blazing, so although it's supposed to be only about 16 degrees, it was really very warm and pleasant. I've considered this skirt. Don't know if I've got an attractive top to go with it. It's an option. So I've got this top, I don't know. I've not worn this before actually. It's Holland and Cooper, the Man Cub sister got me it. It could go. I don't know if it would be an excellent mix. I don't know, turn that around, looks crap. I don't know if that looks lovely or not. Could try it on. The only thing that I felt quite sure about that I could wear, I've got this, but I wore it when I was pregnant, and it's a little bit loose. It's not super fitted, so maybe no. I've got the lovely cardigan that I love. The Man Cub said I look like a granny in it. This one from Next, which I got on Vinted, which is very pretty and quite low cut, tucked into some jeans. It's lovely, but yeah, the Man Cub said I look like a granny in it, so not that one. I think I probably will try and wear the date shoes. The date shoes of dreams come out about once a year. Ooh, the annual outing of the Saint Laurent. Yeah, I watched a video the other day and learned how to say French things properly. Saint Laurent. So, unfortunately, I don't think that the top is quite right. It's I thought that the wide shoulders might balance out the look, but I don't think it goes. The material doesn't go with the skirt. The shoes are lovely, really cute, and they fit. Of course they fit, I wear them every year. I mean, they fit with the outfit, they go, they're lovely. But the top is not so, just doesn't seem to go. I think that I need like a knit to go with the satin. I have got this one, so I'll try that on and see if it's any good. Okay, this is cute, but I don't know if it looks fabulous. I need to go and look in my long mirror for a fabulous rating. I will never get tired of these shoes. The day that I chose to buy these was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Right, what do we think? As ever, the lighting in here is appalling. I feel like I really do need to move this mirror. The skirt with the knit is not super flattering either. I wonder if I tuck it in. Bear with me. Right, even tucked in, I'm not sure that that's an attractive silhouette. Strange, isn't it? The skirt is an acquired taste. It might be because I've been wearing it to work, so it doesn't feel like a going out skirt. I haven't got wide ankles, but I feel like the skirt's making me look like I've got cankles. So that's never ideal, is it? I look like I've got a rugby player's leg as well. Look at that. That, my friends, is not rugby. That was Irish dancing, and I haven't done it for years. But I could probably like do strongman competitions with just my calves. Anyway, I digress. Not a fan of the two together, I don't think. Don't think it's really flattering for me. I think it looks a bit like I've got no middle, when in actual fact I've got a lovely middle. I'm putting it this way as though it's going to show me a different view, although the lighting's better. Probably I should move the mirror to a wall that's on a window actually, but I can't go back enough for you to see here, so you can only see this bit, but I don't love it, and I feel like I need to love it to wear it, obviously. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up in jeans. How difficult can it be to dress for a date with your own husband? I feel like I've lived in these jeans, but they're so comfortable, and they could be the fallback. I don't know if any of you are looking at the screen shouting like, that's okay, just wear what you had on. I can only guess, but I just want to feel comfortable, and there needs to be room for food as well. These look a bit grey on the screen, but they are actually beige, although I wear them for casual wear, not really for going out. Well, it's not a 5-star restaurant or anything, but I would like to look smart. I don't know if jeans is the way to go for that. The best bit about anything I've tried on, basically, is just the shoes. It's the best bit of the whole outfit. Right, I actually feel better about this dress than I thought I would. I thought, no, I haven't worn this since my early days of pregnancy to nearly 3 years ago. I was a bit pregnant, and I wasn't that keen on it then. I bought it and then I never really wore it. But actually, the few tweaks, maybe a bit of boob, maybe a necklace, maybe some hoop earrings, and the sleeves rolled up, it might be suitable. Let's see what the big mirror is saying. The big mirror that shows absolutely bugger all and is useless to everybody. In fact, I'm sick of this. This mirror needs to move. Right, it's not moved very far. It's moved about 2 inches, but I thought maybe it would help for this purpose for today. So I feel like this is the best one that I've tried on. Might be able to undo a couple more buttons because it's bloody roasting. I'd say what do we think, but because we're not live, I'm not going to know, and nobody's got the time to run this same outfit situation on Instagram. But I mean, I feel comfortable in it. I'm just quite hot. Could ask the man cub what he thinks, but if he says no, that's horrible, then I'll be stuffed because I've actually got bugger all else to wear. So what's a girl to do? There's been a miracle. He said he likes it, so this is what I'm going to wear. So I better take it off for a couple of hours so I don't get it soiled in whatever my son chooses to cover me in. Crumbs or something sticky, always the grossest things. Anyway, something else happened yesterday. Because the man was so busy with work and he's booked till next year, I managed to get him to agree that we would call a carpenter about the hall and stairs panelling and get a quote, and I said that if it was reasonable I would pay for it, so that we could get it in ASAP. So 2 carpenters came yesterday, both really nice, and I'm expecting their quotes in the next few days, so we could be on for some more DIY actually happening, which would be amazing, in the next few weeks. They have got availability in the next few weeks too, so I've got everything crossed. Too gorgeous to not try. I don't think you would have left there and not tried some of the dishes, would you, on the table?
Well, they've definitely not tried the scallops or whatever that was again.
He didn't enjoy the scallops. I did. I love seafood. We did resist another seafood dish because it had about 4 or 5 different items of seafood in, so even I would have been overloaded. But the meal was absolutely lovely and the restaurant was so cute, and the decor was beautiful. So yeah, it was so totally worth going. We really enjoyed it. We had a lovely time. We were home really early. We laughed at ourselves, but we were tired. We couldn't have possibly stayed out any later, so we came home. Even our babysitter had a giggle at our expense, but we were in bed, I think, with hot chocolate for 9 o'clock, which suited me fine. And I know it did you, because you are more of an old man than I am. So it's Sunday morning and we've come out, our little trio has come out. We're going to try a place that I have been looking at for a couple of years, and they've messaged before on Instagram and said, oh, you must come and see us. We're a little bit further away now, but we decided we're up early enough today, so we're going to go and try it. It's called the Walled Garden at Easton, and it's just past Stamford, so it's a good half an hour away from us. Don't know what to expect. I've looked at a few pictures online, but I think it's going to be a lovely old building or garden and quite rustic. So
my bed say it's going to be a walled garden.
horsey.
It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Heading into autumn like.
I fear for myself when he's older. He's going to have such a good aerobic condition. I'll never catch
His
up with it.
aerobic condition's better than mine at the moment.
Oh, it definitely is.
Come on. You coming? You coming? This way? What is it? Aww. All the flowers are white, my favourite. Actually look quite nice here, white dahlias. The gardens are beautiful. Everywhere you look, there is something beautiful. They're so much bigger than I expected. Mummy's coming! Wow! Yes! You in the forest? Wow! Go, go, go! I'd love to grow that again. Hi. Oh, what a day to be cosy. The wind is dramatically a lot of miles per hour. I haven't even looked it up today because I've been really busy, but the wind is wild. It's already knocked over one of my favourite plant pots and smashed it, which I now need to source a replacement because I cannot go on without that pot. Although there's nothing in it, I probably would have put some bulbs in it. Which reminds me I need to plant my bulbs. I feel like I've got so much to do all the time. I've realised watching some of my footage back at the weekend, which was brilliant by the way, but that day out yesterday was just lovely. I'm now obsessed with trying to work out how I can go and stay over at Easton Walled Gardens because I noticed they had accommodation and it just looks so cute. The thought of being loose in their gardens when it's closed to everyone else is beyond exciting for me. I feel like such a kid. It would be a bit like being in the secret garden. And actually when I was there it reminded me of a book I'm reading at the moment. I'm loving my Audible subscription solidly. For the last couple of years I've been sticking to Audible. I do love reading real books, but the convenience of having it on your phone. Anyway, I noticed a scene in that big garden. It looked like a dovecote, and I remembered immediately the scene of the lady in my book that was walking around the gardens and past the dovecote and through the gate into the field, and I hadn't quite envisaged. I was like, that sounds big. And then yesterday when I was in that garden, I was like, this is the kind of garden, because she lives in a manor house in the book. This is the book, by the way. It's really good. I think I've mentioned the author before. I would recommend anything by her because everything I've read so far is brilliant. This is probably about my 5th book by her, and I shall certainly be getting another one. Anyway, I digress. That's what I'm reading at the moment, but what I was going to say was I watched the footage back and realised that I really need a trim. The ends of my hair look a bit ratty. I feel like I need to freshen up, so I've reached out to my hairdresser to see if she's got any availability over the next few days. I also fancy a fringe, which I know with high winds and the winter weather coming could be risky, but if it wasn't a windy day this could be lovely. I love a fringe and I tend to get one most years in the winter seasons. Just really frames the face and looks lovely. And I have got the remainder of what was a fringe early in the year. I just forget how quickly they grow out and that your hair starts to just look unkept, and that's how I feel at the moment, a bit unkept. So I'm rather desperate to get a haircut, and also the little boy needs a haircut too, so I need to book him in for that. That should be on Saturday, which means if we're going into Stamford to the hairdressers, then we are among the shops and I have a voucher to spend at the White Company. So that wouldn't be a terrible thing to do on Saturday. Plus, I'm just heating up some tart to eat from the weekend's tart success. Plus, I feel a little bit not glowing and a bit dry, and I've been thinking about, I have run out of serum, so I do need to decide which serum I'm going to get, whether to carry on with the Caudalie Vino Perfect serum, which I haven't had for a while, or to try a skin oil. I'm contemplating a skin oil maybe for the winter. I need to do a little bit more reading online and research as to what's best for my age and skin type, and then if we do go into the shops on Saturday I can pick something up. But I'm trying really hard this month to live within my means, which means not spending my savings every 3 minutes on anything that I want to buy. So I need to make that a good cost-effective purchase. It's not going to be a splurge, guys. It's going to be a save. And I'm afraid if you're around for the next few months, whether this is good news to you or not, my purchases need to be well thought through and necessary. Not that there will be no treats. I will buy things that I need, but I tend to have a very gung-ho approach to spending. I have done for years, and I just think I want it, I buy it, and I deal with the consequences later, which can be dipping into my savings again and again, and they're not going to save themselves. I need a good, solid saving amount to feel really comfortable, and also some of the bigger things for the house, I want to be able to buy them when I want, like I used to. And the truth is I'm really still recovering from taking maternity leave from work, I couldn't save in that time, and I spent all my savings to be off. So yeah, so we're coming up to his 2nd birthday and I am still recovering. Well, I suppose it's been 1 year because yeah, I was off with him for that year. So try not to be too hard on myself, but the reality is I need to be strict if I want to benefit from having a nice savings pot and also get some nice things for the home. I'm still waiting on the quotes for the carpenters that came a couple of days ago for the hallway, so can't make a decision on that yet, but very excited to see what they look like. Just while I think about it, in terms of what I'm listening to, also what I've been watching the last couple of weeks that I've really enjoyed. We're still watching Peaky Blinders on the TV, so I've not started another series. I was very tempted by one I saw advertised, The Inheritance, reality TV with Rob Rinder, Elizabeth Hurley, set in a stately home, and I thought, all the things that I love, like Elizabeth Hurley, very glamorous, stately home, sounds great, and I love The Traitors, which I read is coming back very soon, by the way. So I put it on to watch a few minutes and see what I thought, and I really struggled to get into it. I don't know that I really believed Elizabeth Hurley in the role. It was a little bit too far-fetched for me. However, I was quite busy and I was multitasking, so maybe I give it another go and see what I think if I've actually got some spare time to sit and watch it. So I'll keep you posted on that. But what I've been watching and enjoying a lot is actually on YouTube. It's classed as a podcast, but it's a video. You may know about this already, but if you don't, you're in for a treat. So basically it's called We Need to Talk. The presenter, Paul, is from Maths, Married at First Sight, a reality TV show I do very much enjoy. So Paul is brilliant. I would hazard a guess to say he's something like a psychologist. Definitely very qualified and experienced man. He's a joy to watch, and the way that he consults with people is a really comfortable, rewarding watch. So although he's on quite a few reality programmes, he balances out some of the madness with giving really solid, great advice and guidance. So anyway, I must have clicked on it because I like him, to see what is this, and it's been running a few months now, so I've got loads more I can watch. But initially it caught my eye because a story that I followed in the press, one of the ladies was on there, and so I was interested and I watched her story and I really enjoyed it, and I really liked her. She was a really credible, decent girl, and that is what I had thought from reading in the press. And it's so much better than reading in the press, because the British press is just, I just feel like unless you read in the Guardian or the Telegraph, then you might as well just be making it up as you go along, because they do. It's just utter shite, it really is. I don't read the papers anymore, I stopped years ago. So it was nice to see somebody just being themselves. So I watched hers, that was really good. And then I looked at some of the other guests and I was like, oh, Talisa from N-Dubs, the band. I'd love to hear her story. I watched that one and I was shocked at times. I was amazed, I laughed. It brought me to tears. Like, she has had a hard run of it. And again, it doesn't tally with what was reported in the press at all. They would have you believe all sorts of complete rubbish, and that's not who she is. And so that was a really good episode. I really enjoyed that. The next one, I've been watching them on the train, on back and forth to work. They're at least an hour long, so it's a really good length to get your teeth stuck into. The next one that I've watched a bit of, but I couldn't finish, I've got to be honest, I was struggling to watch her, was Katie Price. Now, I don't know how well known she is internationally, but I would say the majority of people in the UK know who she is. Go and have a look for yourself, see if there's anybody you'd be interested in watching. It's definitely worth subscribing to. The Katie Price one, I've come away, I was shocked at some of the things she said and she's been through. I was taking her on her word, but I took a break because my journey finished. And I think when I was on my way home then that day, I kind of thought to myself, oh, I find it a bit, it's not a comfortable watch, it's a bit overwhelming. She's had so much trauma, and because of her neurodiversity, I think she said she's got ADHD, it's quite a challenging watch depending on what you're comfortable watching, and it wasn't comfortable for me. I struggled to feel comfortable. I struggled to invest and engage with it. So I've watched about half of hers, but yeah, that was a pretty shocking one. I may tackle Kerry Katona next, because again, she was a woman that was around in the spotlight, in the public eye, as I've been growing up. So I would be interested to know of all the situations and things that were publicised, went on with her, you know, like what's behind it, because I sense that she is a woman that's been through a lot and has been vilified in the press as well, and I would just love to know her side. So I'm just at the cooker. Right, I had to stop. Well, I had to stop literally because my battery went, because that is the amount that I talk. But I had my food and I've got plenty to get on with. So I'm going to leave it here. But I wanted to say thank you as ever for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you next time. Videos are normally every Friday at 6:30 every week. How am I managing that? I don't know. But I'm just glad to see you here week after week. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed, then maybe think about it, because that feels very rewarding to me, to know that there will be an audience there on a Friday when I share my ramblings. But thank you, and I'll see you soon.